Well, tackling a very important question in our Kids Ask Master Mom today. How do I stop a bully from picking on me? As a parent, the topic is very hard to talk about, but it's also so important. Joining us now to give us some insight is Master Mom Amanda Olson with Olson's Martial Arts Academy. And Amanda, great to have you back on the show.
Thanks, Amy. Good to be here.
Certainly that topic that parents, it's just so hard to think about someone being mean to your child.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, it's one of the questions that I get probably the most from kids is, you know, somebody's picking on me. How do I get them to stop? And, you know, there's a lot that goes into when you're being picked on and told you're called names or being shunned or even physically hurt. You know, there's a lot of, what do I do in these, you know, what's wrong with me? Mm-hmm. You know, why don't they like me? And so there's a lot of that kind of shame if somebody's being bullied, and the kids are afraid to tell anybody.
And that's then, where it just can escalate so quickly.
Mm-hmm. It can go on and on and on, and then you start noticing behavioral changes in your child. So the first thing, you know, talking to a child, and as a parent to your child or grandparent, is let them know if something happens, if someone's picking on you or, you know, calling you names or hurting you, tell me and I can help. You know, because the bully sometimes will say, don't tell anybody, or it'll get worse. And kids believe that, you know. So trying to get that child to that point where it's okay to tell a teacher, it's okay to tell your coach, your parent, you know, anybody you trust, even if it's a friend. And then the friend can also kind of help you too, even in elementary school, because they can tell their parents, hey, my friend's getting picked on, I don't know what to do. And then adults get involved. And anytime there's intervention, the bullying stops almost 60% of the time. You know, so it's something that's very important that you can stop and you can make things better for the child. But the child, what they need to do is tell someone.
And that's hard too, because I think sometimes they have that frame of, I don't want to be a tattletale.
Right.
You hear that a lot from kids, so you really need to, when you're having that discussion, let them know that there are many times that it's important that you do confide in someone.
Right. And, you know, for the parents on this topic, it's important to know exactly what is bullying, because sometimes a kid can be mean to your child, you know, call them a name or push them down once or twice, and that's not bullying. You know, that's your child needs to learn how to stand up for themselves, you know, and get away from that mean person. But bullying is when somebody has more power than you, whether they're bigger than you or there's more of them or they have a higher social status than you do, and they're using that to put you down continually, whether it's emotionally or physically. So bullying is something that's ongoing from the same person or group of people over and over and over again. So sometimes kids will say, you know, Johnny pushed me down the playground, he was bullying me. Well, it may not be bullying, so you just want to dig a little deeper. Is that what's a one-time event, or is this going on? And if it's going on and on, definitely time to intervene.
Now, is there a way that kids can be empowered to know how to address when he does? Because I feel like that's maybe where it starts. And if a child knew how to maybe say a few things, maybe we could stop it before it escalates to the point where, okay, now he is becoming a bully.
Yeah, I think, you know, there are some very sweet, loving, wonderful children. And when another child acts mean to them, they are just shocked. They're like, why would you do that to me? Why would you hurt me? You know, and they're so surprised by that. You know, so if we can kind of tell them ahead of time, you know, sometimes people might be mean to you. Here's what you need to do, you know. And you can say, that's not nice. You know, we're talking about elementary school age here. You know, that's not nice. Don't talk to me that way. Or don't push me or I will tell the teacher. You know, and just say, I'm aware that what you're doing is wrong and I'm going to do something about it. You know, and then when you get into middle school or high school, those can be very difficult times to stand up to somebody, especially if there's a power struggle. They're a lot bigger than you. You really need to just get away and get to a teacher.
And I love that you said you can almost prepare them. We want to let them know that the world is beautiful with rainbows and butterflies, but we've got to prepare them. And you actually have an event coming up where you're going to talk about this a little bit and have some fun.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been able to kind of get in some groups and work with the kids. And, you know, of course, we're doing that as safe as possible. And We are having an event in 2 weeks. It's on a Saturday, April 24th, and it's a free bully seminar. It's for ages 5 to 12, so younger kids, and we want the parents to come, and that's exactly what we're going to do, is talk to the kids and how to empower them to stand up to being bullied. And what do you do? Direct responses to somebody being mean to you.
Wonderful. I'm so glad you're doing that. I think we need to do all we can to sort of prepare them and help them through the journey.
Absolutely.
Great information. Hey, askmastermom.com if you would like more information, and you can find her there at Olson's Martial Arts Academy right there on Cherry Street in downtown Johnson City. The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by